What is up, guys? Karotaka here, and today I'm here with another Digimon deck profile. Today we'll be going over the ShineGreymon deck from BT-13. The deck is super strong now with all the support from BT-13. So let's go over the deck first. So for the Digitamons, we're running 4 of the Draw Coromon. I still think this is the best Coromon for Greymon decks. So we're running this just because you can get draws and whatnot. So even if you brick, you can still dig through your deck. So for the main deck, we are going to be running 3 ShineGreymon Burst Mode. This card is amazing. It helps you finish game really fast. And in conjunction with the BT-12 ShineGreymon, this deck can just rip through your opponent's security. So Burst Evolutions, the cost for Burst Evolution is to bounce one of your Marcuses back to your hand, which is actually useful for this deck. Of course, at the end of the turn, you have to trash this card, but it's okay because most of the time when you go into Burst Mode, you're trying to go for game. The On Evolution skill lets you play a Marcus from your hand without paying its cost, and then you can turn it into a 12k attacker with Rush. And then the second skill is on your turn, whenever a Tamer rests, you can trash one of your opponent's security cards. So the main combo is, we'll go over the other ShineGreymon first before we go over the combo. So we have the ShineGreymon from BT-12, which is another card that enables your OTK to function properly. So on evolution, you can choose one of your opponent's Digimon, and all the security will lose 3000 DP. And then the second skill is on your turn, Marcus will get plus 3000 DP and 1 security check. So the idea is to just neg your opponent's security so that your Marcus won't crash. And then you swing with the Marcus, you'll get 2 checks. And then you can Digivolve into Burst Mode. Play the Burst Mode, bounce that Marcus, play this Burst Mode, swing with that Marcus. When it swings, it's rested, so you can trash the security. Your Marcus will do another security check, and then you can attack with this ShineGreymon as well. So that's 5 checks in total already, which is pretty good. Ideally, you want to, do some pot shots in early game so that you can finish the game faster, but the main idea is just to clear your opponent's security by going into Burst Mode. So it's really it works really well, especially since your opponent's DP will get negged. So ideally, your Marcus with 6000 DP shouldn't crash into anything unless they have something really big, or you don't have enough Tamers on the board to reduce their security. So next we have the ShineGreymon from BT-13. This one is not as good as the BT-12 one, just because it doesn't really push your Marcus to attack for bigger numbers. It does let you change one of your Marcus into a 3k and a blocker, so this is good for stalling until you get your combo pieces. And then on either player's turn, when one of your Digimon rests, or one of your Tamers rest, you can give one of your opponent's Digimon minus 6000. So it's still a decent card, but ideally you want to optimize running more of the ShineGreymon from BT-12. So that's it for all the upper deck stuff. If you want to switch one of these for the Rune mode, you can. It's mainly used for stalling, so in my case, I want to finish my opponent as fast as possible, so we're going to opt out of running the Rune modes, but it's still a viable option. If you're a more control-based player, you can choose to run that instead. One of them instead. For the level 5s, we are going to be running 4 of the ShineGreymon from BT-13. This ShineGreymon lets you play a Marcus from your hand for free, so it's setting you up for the next turn ShineGreymon plays, and it also lets you revive your Marcuses on either player's turn. When one of your Tamers are deleted, you can put a Marcus from your trash to your security. And then the inherit skill is the same thing. Whenever one of your Tamers die, you can put Marcus into your security. So ideally, you're going to have an infinite number of Marcuses to use, unless your opponent has a way to trash your security so that you don't get to play the Marcus when they attack into it. Another level 5 we're using is the BT-12 ShineGreymon. This one's also pretty good. Basically, you're evolving on top of your Geogreymons for 2. And then the second skill is the same. whenever one of your tamers are deleted, you can play a Marcus from your trash to the top of security. Same with the inherit skill. So that's the rough idea. You want to constantly revive your Marcuses. I was also running the ShineGreymon from... I was also running this before. This is the ShineGreymon X Antibody from BT-9. I don't actually like this card that much now, just because if you don't have the ShineGreymon, you're going to do Digivolving for 4, and you're playing a Tamer. So most of your stuff lets you play Tamers already, so it's not that great. The upside of this card is you can DP deduct your opponent's Digimon, but 2K isn't really amazing, so I am choosing to not run that right now. And we also have our Tamers that can help reduce DP now, so lots of ways to do it. We don't have to rely on the X Antibody. We want to get these so that we can have the inherent effects instead. So there's that. Next, for the level 4s, we're running 4 of the new BT-13 Shingreymon. On evolution, you can look at all your security, and then you can play a Tamer from there, a red or yellow Tamer from there. And if you play the Tamer, you can recover 1. So it's pretty good. Next, we are going to be running 4 of the Shingreymon from EX4. So this one, at the start of main phase, if you have a red or yellow Tamer on the board, you can get +1 memory. And then the inherit skill is whenever one of your Tamer rests, you can draw a card. So mainly this card is here for the draws, although the memory gain does help a little bit. If this card is in the raising area, you can push this out, and then if you have Tamer on the board, you get +1 more memory to work with. It's not hard, especially since you have the BT-12 Marcus, which lets you Digivolve for free. So you can go into your ShineGreymon pretty easily with this build. So pushing it out at level 4 isn't that big of a problem. Alright, next we are going to be running 3 of the Shingreymon from from BT-12. This one we're only running 3 because space is kind of tight with this deck, so we are trying to cut out some spots that don't need it. So we're running 3 of these just because this card only lets you play a Marcus if you don't already have a Marcus on the field. So this is really good for early game, but late game you don't really need it. The inherit skill lets you deduct opponent's DP by 2000, which isn't that great as well. So 3 of these, mainly just for your early game Tamer plays. Next, for the Agumons, we're running 4 of the BT-13 Agumon. Once per turn during main phase, you can turn one of your Marcus into a Digimon, a 3K Digimon, that can't Digivolve. So this is really good, just because if you don't have, if you only have the new Marcus, you can still use this to turn it into a Digimon so you can attack with it. This and your ShineGreymon reverse mode, as well as your new rare, are the only way to turn that one into an attacker. So this one's not bad. It's not bad to have. Next, we are going to be running 4 of the BT-12 Agumon. So this is the Agumon that lets you... this Agumon lets you search for top 4, and then you can grab a Greymon and a Marcus. And then inherit skill lets you deduct your opponent's DP by 2000 whenever one of your Tamers is rested. So mainly it's here for the search. This is an enabler for you. And we're going to be running 4 of the Agumon from BT-9. Just because I value consistency, so I want to have more searchers in this deck. And a lot of times you can use this, push this out, activate skill to turn your Marcus into a Digimon, and then slap this on top so that you can get a search afterwards. So that you can have more search targets for your... So you can have more evolution targets for your Marcus later. But yeah, this is here for that. But if you honestly, if you want to run the EX4 Agumon instead, that's totally fine. I was playtesting with it as well, but I just didn't find it to be super useful. It's okay because it also helps you extend your plays, but and the draw is nice, but depends on what you like. If you don't like the BT-9 Agumon, you can definitely switch out for the EX4 Agumon. It's totally fine, and it has a inherit skill too, so you might prefer that as well. Next, we are going to be running 4 of the BT-13 Marcus. This one, It's 5 costs, but that's not a problem because you can cheat this out pretty easily. Basically, he's a memory setter, and on play you can rest this card, and then you can minus 1 points DP by 3,000. And if you have a Greymon or Agumon on the board, you can deduct. You can get 1 memory back. So pretty good. I see a lot of people running this for Royal Knight decks as well. So if you are playing against locals that do have Psychemons or any Solar Mons and stuff that prevents you from reducing the cost, you can play those in your Royal Knights deck as well. I forgot to mention it yesterday, but thanks for the comment for reminding me. But yeah, that's Marcus. And we're also running 4 of the Marcus from BT-12. We're maxing out Marcus's because Marcus is the main attacker for this deck. You usually go Marcus for game, and then you win with Marcus. So yeah, we're running 4 Marcus. This one lets you Digivolve for free into Yellow Greymon for free when this card's rested. And also, once during main phase, you can pay 1 cost to, if you have Agumon or Greymon on the board, you can turn this card into a Digimon that has 3,000 DP. So very strong card. Not a lot of cards can get to him before. Obviously, if you're playing against decks that have Hades Force or whatever, they can get rid of him. But you have your Greymons that can revive him, so pretty good. For the options, we're running 1 Sunrise Buster. This card's still really good. You can just play a Tamer free. So ideally, if you want to have some annoying card on the board, you can use this to get rid of it. And it is 5 costs, so you're pretty much reducing DP and you're playing a Marcus for free, so not bad. And if you combo like this, you can play this. Sorry, you play Sunrise Buster, play the Marcus. You do resolve this effect, and then you can tap this to minus another 3,000, and you also get 1 member back. So you're pretty much playing this for 4 cost, and you're minusing extra 3,000. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Last but not least, we're running 3 of the red memory boost. We're running red memory boost because the Agumon here is a red card only, so we don't want to maximize consistency, so we're not running the yellow one. But if you're running this Agumon instead of this Agumon, you can just switch to the yellow memory boost instead, because the yellow memory boost is cheaper, so you guys can run that instead. But that's pretty much it for this deck, guys. This is a super fun deck to play, and it's definitely a deck to watch out for in BT-13, I think. The deck has a lot of potential. Of course, there are some really predictable plays when your opponent, when you security your Marcus, your opponent will know that it's a Marcus, so they're gonna plan out their attacks most likely, because if they just keep pot shotting you and then letting you play a Marcus for free, there's a chance that they're gonna lose tempo. So ideally, they would want to get a few big swings in so that they can just get rid of your security before you can go back to your next turn and swing with Marcus for game. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it down below. And if you guys want to support the channel, feel free to use the links down below. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck, guys. If you guys want to like and subscribe, make sure to do so. And this is Card Otaku, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!